Hey guys, what's up? Alex here from Rising Sun Customs, coming to you live from Rising Sun HQ, the shop, the main shop here. And that's right, I'm back, baby. Back from Las Vegas. Las Vegas was cool, man. Had a good time there at the SEMA show. Saw a lot of stuff. Hopefully you guys caught my video from last week. We'll talk more about that later, but for right now, tonight, I am adding something special to the RSR1 project as I wait for the engine to get done, because I have to order some parts for it, for the motor. But for right now, I'm doing the seat, the racing seat for the bike. So, come along guys and follow me. Welcome to 4-Stroke Friday. That's right, baby, it's time. Here we go. Alright, so here she is, Project RSR1, the Rising Sun Racer. And if you guys remember from a couple weeks ago, or probably more than a couple weeks ago now, I posted that I was working on the engine, and unfortunately the motor did not have good compression, so I decided that I'm going to rebuild it. And I made this really cool, neat turntable for it, if you guys can see that. But I basically ordered a Lazy Susan turntable piece off of Amazon. It's a 300-pound rated piece. I actually stood on it when I bought it, and it came in the mail. I stood on it myself, and it spun me around. So if it can hold up my fat butt, then I'm sure it could do well for a motor. So, but it's pretty cool though, because you can freely kind of spin the engine around and work on it easily. So there's the motor. But for right now, I am going to be putting the seat on, the racing seat. So got the tail fairing on there, sitting on there nice and good, nice and flush. So what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be putting a piece of aluminum pan on top of this fairing. I was going to do it underneath, but then I thought, nope, that's probably not going to be good, because I have to, sit up. I have to sit up on the bike. So I decided that I'm going to put it over this fairing. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put the aluminum right here in between these two screws here, and it's going to bolt in right here, these two pre-existing holes in the frame. I'm going to bolt it right there, and then I drilled two holes here and here, and then tapped them out already with an M6 tap, M6 by 1 tap. So they're going to bolt here and here for the pan, and then the seat itself is going to go on top of that. I have a piece of a 1/4-inch plywood right here, and I have my seat foam right there, and we're gonna make this work, and it's gonna be cool, man. It's gonna look nice when it all comes together. So, but for right now, what I made myself is I made myself this template here out of construction paper, and as you can see here, to give you a rough idea of how this is gonna go, I set the template down like this, and it's basically going to go like that. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this template and I'm going to put it back to back on the piece of aluminum here. And this is standard 1/8-inch thick tread bright aluminum. And I'm basically going to take this template and put it right there, trace it out, and then cut the aluminum. So, excuse me. So let's get to it. I'm going to start doing this right now. And in the what's the word I'm looking for? In the interest of time, I'm going to be doing this step by step, and you guys can follow along. But it's not going to be one long straight video, because this will probably take me about 2 hours roughly. So for right now, I'm going to put this template on here, trace it out, cut it, and then we'll be off to the races. So here we go, guys. Stick around. All right, guys. So, boy, I feel like I'm really well prepared for this episode, because I actually have my tripod and I'm already set up on it, so that's great. So as you can see here, I have the aluminum piece, the aluminum pan that I just made, and I used my belt sander over there on the side of the shop. After I took the template and I drew around the edges of the aluminum, and then cut it, and then smooth it out on that belt sander, and this is the end result. So just a basic flat piece of aluminum, that's all it is, nothing fancy. And let me zoom in there on the seat area. if the camera catches up with me. There we go. And basically what I'm going to do is, you see how I cut out this notch here in the front? This notch is going to go right around the post here for the tank mount. So it's going to go underneath the mount like this. And let me just take off the strap real quick. I'm going to loosen the strap that's holding the bike level. I'm just going to loosen it up a little bit. So right here, I'm going to butt up the aluminum piece just like that, right up against the mount. And it's going to go just like this. Sit flat on there. And like I said, I have the two mounts. They're going to go here. And I got the two in the front here, right in the front area. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to drill the holes for the mounts in the back and the front, 4 bolts all together, and mount this baby. Then I'm going to take a piece of wood, the 1/4-inch piece of plywood I had over there, and I'm going to take this piece and then use that as a template for the wood, cut the wood out the same shape, and then form that on the belt sander as well. I can do that if I want, and then mount my foam, my seat foam. So let's get to it. All right. The other thing you guys can see here is that the pan is right in between these two bolts right here that hold the fairing on, which is what I wanted. So the pan sits perfectly in between those two grommets right there on both sides. So that's how I know I'm actually using the bolts as a centering tool to center this seat pan. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take this marker and I'm going to go from underneath, and I'm just going to mark the holes that I want to drill on the bottom, like that. Okay. Now I can't do the same with these holes in the back because there's no through hole on the other side of the bike underneath here. So I'm basically gonna have to kind of guesstimate it, or what I can do is, and I think I'm gonna do this, show you guys this little trick here. I'm gonna take some bolts, some 6mm bolts, and just 2 random ones, doesn't matter. That's a 5. Let me get a 6 here. There's a 6, and there's a 6. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put these bolts in just for now. And I'm going to kind of put them flush with the top of the fairing here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to use some kind of a grease pen. Lipstick works too, believe it or not. But some kind of material that will transfer onto the aluminum piece, the aluminum pan. So I just got to find the material I need. Aha, there we go. So I got some lipstick actually. This is a great trick. I think an old timer taught me this trick one time, but it's a great little trick. So here's the lipstick. I'm just going to grease up the top of the bolts here, like so. Put that back. And same thing, I'm going to take the pan. Now my tread side here is going to go facing down because I can't do this because then my wood piece from the seat won't mount nice and flush. So then later I can always take this surface and kind of flatten it out, smooth it out, making this one flat piece of aluminum, so it doesn't matter really. But again, I'm going to butt up the front of the pan up against that tank mount, and I'm going to position my seat pan. And what I'm doing is I'm transferring the lipstick from the top of the bolts to the pan. That's why I'm kind of pounding down on it. And you'll see right here, it worked. You guys can see this. There's one side of the lipstick There's the other side. It's a neat little trick for getting an idea for where your hole's got to get mounted. So that's where they're going to go. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my marker here and just kind of mark where that lipstick is. I'm basically circling the lipstick marks with my marker just to give me an idea for where we got to drill the holes. So let's do that now. Let's do some drilling and then mount this thing. All right, guys. So I got the seat pan on there. I drilled the holes and got my screws in. The front two here are not fully tightened down, but I just placed the screws in there for now. I don't think I'm going to have time to do everything, or I might, so we'll see. But I think right now what we're going to do is we're going to take the C-pan, now that I drill the holes. This is the way it's going to work. I'm going to keep this C-pan and the wood that I have over here separate, and then I'm going to make a piece of Velcro. I have some Velcro material that I'm going to stick to the seat pan on both sides, and probably in the front and the back here, like small pieces or something like that, like a square rectangular shape or whatever. And I'm going to make it so that the top part of the seat velcros to the bottom part of the seat here, the seat pan, and it's easily removable, so that this way I can remove the screws. Now the screws are also flat heads. I'm going to keep them flat so that this way the seat, the piece of wood there can sit flush on top of the aluminum here. So I'm going to keep these screws. What I'm going to do is I'm going to countersink them, basically, and keep them in there like that. But this way that the surface of the C-pan here stays basically flat and flush, so I can fit that the wood piece, the top part of the seat there, nice and evenly, and it'll be good to go. So right now, let's get the C-pan onto the wood, transfer it on there, do the template, and then cut out the wood. All right, guys, so I got the wood cut out mainly. All I have to do now is get the front piece here a little more notched out so it can fit. So I just got to file it a little bit with this rat tail file. Just making sure that this hole, this notch is big enough to fit around this piece. And it's almost there. Make sure that thing stays clean. Yep, a little more. A little more on this side. Not quite there yet. We get a flat file here. Here's a different rat tail file actually. That's doing a better job actually than that other file. There we go. Just like that. And there it is. I don't remember where I put the aluminum piece, but you guys get the idea that this is going to be the base for the seat. And then I have the aluminum pan that's going to go under it. It's going to be mounted under it, and the way that this is going to go, again, is I'm going to Velcro the aluminum. Take off my headphones. I'm going to Velcro the aluminum and the wood piece here together, and then all I have to do now is get a piece of this seat foam material that I have. I got this seat foam material, and I'm just going to lay it. I'm not going to undo this now, but I'm just going to like lay it over here. I'm going to glue it. I'm going to get some glue. And actually, I might do a double layer of this stuff, or I might try to find thicker stuff than this. You can also find this material at like Michael's and craft stores like that. And just get a piece like that, glue it to there, and then I have also this this vinyl material. got this vinyl material here. Bought this at Walmart, I think, and same kind of deal. Where once that foam is down and glued to this wood, then I'm going to take this stuff, this vinyl, put it over everything, cut it to size, and then cut it. Cut it to size and then staple it. Staple it to the wood. I have a staple gun. It's an air gun, so it can do staples or nails. And I'm just going to staple it to the wood and to the foam, just like that. So it'll be a nice little pad, nice little seat pad for myself to cushion the butt. So, so I think that's going to come out really well. Actually, here's the seat pan right here. Didn't notice it right under me. So, but there's the seat pan, and then this guy's going to go right on top, just like that. And actually, I think I'm going to have to notch this out a little bit more because of the seat mount that goes basically right here. So yeah, I'm probably going to have to like square this off or something like that because the tank has to go. Let me see. Yeah, the tank's got to go just like this. Tank's going to go like that. So yeah, I'm going to have to take the seat. The pan I don't have to worry about because it's thin enough, and the tank's going to sit right on top of the pan and kind of hold it down as well. But the seat's going to have to get cut out. So what I'm going to do for now is I'm going to make my mark here where I got to cut it later. And I'm just going to cut around that, you know, maybe using the bandsaw again or whatever. And then smooth it out, and it should be good to go. So, and that'll be nice. That'll sit nice and flush. The seat will mount like that. The bolt will mount right on top of this for this to the tank, for the mount for the tank, and it'll be good to go. So, and I'll still be able to tuck the material, the vinyl material. I'm going to tuck it underneath, and what I got to do is I got to kind of like smooth out the edges, the rough edges here, and smooth out the edges here because that's going to dig into the material, so to the vinyl. So I don't want it to rip. So, well, the cushion will be there anyway, so that doesn't matter honestly. But anyway, I'm gonna have to tuck the vinyl material in around this mark here where the tank mount is. So that shouldn't be a big deal. But that's basically what it's gonna look like, and it's gonna come out nice. So should be good. Should be real good. So hopefully you guys, yep, you see that nicely. But and do it, guys. For tonight, I'm going to sign off now. It's getting almost 8 o'clock here, so I want to kind of head out, get some dinner. But I want to thank you guys for watching this episode of 4-Stroke Friday. As always, you guys can check me out here on Facebook. I'm also on YouTube. I'm also going to post this video on YouTube. It might take me the rest of the night tonight or until tomorrow morning to post this video because of the editing process I have to go through. So please forgive me if it does take that long, but it will get posted by tomorrow at some point. So as always, guys, if you or yourself or if you know someone that needs work done on a motorcycle, let me know. Give me a call, 908-692-5942. Or like I said, you can check me out on any one of these social media platforms, Facebook, YouTube, TikTok, and Instagram. And until then, guys, oh, by the way, yes, SEMA, real quick. Just got back from SEMA last Saturday. It was a great event. Guys, if you ever get a chance to go to SEMA, definitely do it because it is quite an experience. There's a lot to do there, a lot to see, a lot of custom cars. It's a trade show, so it's like when you go there, you can talk to a lot of guys, get a lot of ideas. You know, if you have an idea for a car or bike that you want to build, you can get a lot of ideas there because all the vendors, and when I say all, I mean all of them, you know. I mean, here's Hoosier flag right there. Hoosier tires are there. I mean, everyone goes there. So, Speedway Motors, Jegs, Summit's there. Guys, it's like an adult playground for car nuts. So it's really, really something. But check it out, guys. I think the dates for next year for SEMA are November. The second week in November, I believe. So make sure to check out those dates. I don't know the website offhand, but you guys can check it out. and it's an awesome show. It's really, really a great experience. And it's only for the week. It only lasts for 5 days, so make sure you guys plan ahead, plan accordingly for your trip, and definitely check it out, because like I said, it's an amazing experience. So yeah, it's a lot of fun. So anyway, thanks for watching, guys. As always, keep the sticky side down and the shiny side up. I will see you guys next week for 4 Stroke Friday. Thanks, guys, for watching. Appreciate it. Have a good weekend. Peace out.